I'm fitting this out with the digital chips, which is the Hornby Olympic set from 2012, 2961, and that looks like this. So it's got it sort of stripped down a bit. So take the body off, you've got to carefully take off this electrical wire top detail section from this end piece, and very carefully uncouple without breaking the clips. Pull it back and it comes away. You've got to manipulate the bottom coupling on the drive car, there. You just got to manipulate this coupling so that comes off, and then eventually you pull the body apart slightly from the back and lift upwards, but moving along with something like that so you don't damage the it's quite springy, it's a very tight fit. When you get the body off, it's a really nice body actually, it's very well done. You get the electronics board interface chip, the analog, take that out. It's in analog mode at the moment, so take that out and install an ESU. I'm just installing a lock pilot, standard 21 pin there, and a FX chip at the other end of the dummy car to operate the lights in conjunction with the drive car. So that's what it looks like. It's pretty neatly done actually. This looks alright, it's quite nicely done. In the interior you could add a couple of drivers in there. The motor is a sealed unit. Don't know much about them. Looks alright. So all I've got basically to do is just untap that and plug in the chip. That's it. Right, so I didn't realise it's a 20. I thought it was a 21 pin chip, but it's actually an 8 pin chip. So I've put in a lock pilot ESU standard chip on the circuit board and tighten it all up. Hopefully it'll go in. I'm going to put the same chip in the drive car. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be an FX chip to go in the drive car. You can put a standard digital decoder chip to drive the lights, work the lights on the dummy car. It's not much more expensive and they're easier to get hold of, so that's the plan. So got out on the test track, powered it up, lock pilot standard. It's auto assigned address to the chip, which is not used on the system, which is good. So yeah, it's working. Seems to work smooth enough. Got my knees running in. Bit of oil maybe. Also, for the motor settings on this particular motor, that's it's a sealed unit and it's a long life. You can't really do anything to it, so you can't take it apart on this model. You have to just reorder a new motor, which I probably will do just as a backup. But when setting the motor setup on the ESU programmer for the smoothest operation using which I've got in there, a lock pilot standard V1 with Railcom feedback etc and all of that. It's just a basic decoder. But what I've loaded up all the settings, the regulation settings for the motor, I just preloaded the Pico motor settings, which are there. You load those settings up and that'll give the most smooth running for that particular motor. For what I've set up, that's in the video. Yeah, so that's that. Right, so the last thing I'm doing now to log it on to the system for the automation is speed profiling it. So it's just going to do probably about 10 passes across this sensor monitored bit of track, so I can get the stopping distances pretty much perfect when it goes into the station. So that's really nice and smooth now at low speed, because Before it was all jerky. Now I've got the settings right, it's running really nice that now. It's running these tables, these graphs, forwards and backwards, and it maps and plots a graph, a chart for the motor settings. And then when it's done, you just save the settings and it's logged on. There's loads of other things you can do, brake compensation and all the rest of it. Speed profiling, threshold speed, all sorts. So what another thing I'm doing is, which I do to all the stock, is oil wheels the axles and make them run as smooth as possible. Because this particular set's only got one driving bogie with the motor integrated, so what a smooth operation as possible. Ended up buying a spare motor. Just got one of these off eBay, which are really good value, because with it being a sealed motor, which you probably can open up and service in some way if you've got the knowledge, I just thought I'd buy it for £20 and get the full motor, bogie, traction tyres and wiring ready to just slot in, so if there's anything wrong with the motor in the future or I've got problems, it's ready to go. So couldn't resist that.